Hey, this is Rustin, a.k.a. Quasi-Mojo, with Mojo Radio, back with you, and Maria Brink, going track by track through their newest album, Star Crossed-Wasteland, which comes out tomorrow, July 13th.
And that leads us to the only track we haven't talked about at all yet is Standing Alone. What's that song about for you?
Yeah, Standing Alone is, in a Star Crossed-Wasteland. I mean, there's actually the same type of meaning. Basically about, sometimes I think that we have to kind of lose everything around us sometimes, and at the time maybe it feels like sorrow, whether or not it's, we're dealing with death or a divorce or whatever it is that we're dealing with. Sometimes I feel like you have to go into a wasteland world of basically solitude in order to kind of find who we are. Sometimes we have to lose everything to find out who we really are and find out what defines us and what is our real search in life for and what does life really mean to us. I think you have to be alone in solitude sometimes, I truly think, to find out these things. And then from there, you can rebuild, you can look for new life, look for new beginnings, look for anything as this new person who kind of found the meaning in it all within ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we all share those qualities and those feelings and stuff. Now, you had said at the outset that the whole feel of the Star Crossed-Wasteland is all sort of a connectedness with the songs and the feelings and the lyrics. Was there a song out of the bunch that sort of came first to you? And was there sort of a moment or an epiphany where you sort of got what this album was going to be about in terms of tone and lyricism?
It actually happened while we were doing the album. I knew there was kind of this wasteland feel going on in it, even before we wrote the name. But there's definitely a lot of loss and heartbreak in the songs for me as well. Like, me and my boyfriend, I was dating the bass player for Devil Driver for almost 3 years, and he was like the love of my life, and we were literally like this insane, epic, like one-of-a-kind love that you just don't really hear about very often. And so we had to part ways, and it was pretty sad, but so that definitely tied into the album, and for some reason I just kept thinking of wastelands and thinking of kind of, it's funny, like I used to call him the last cowboy, and I used to call him, he always said we were star-crossed lovers, so therefore a Star Crossed-Wasteland comes into play. But it's definitely not just about a broken heart. It's about broken hearts, it's about death, it's about becoming strong in a solitude, and then it's also about always believing in actually being excited for new beginnings, because out of any death there's always new life. And so, I think it all just, we were outside sitting one day, me and Chris, and just it was late, and there was like a lightning storm, and that's when we figured out the name. I kept saying Wasteland, and then he was saying Wasteland, and then somehow the Star Crossed came up, and we were like, Star Crossed-Wasteland. Oh my God! Like, it was so, like, at the moment we thought it was so profound because we had all these desert wasteland influences kind of going through everything, and it just all kind of tied together just so perfectly, and so that's how that all kind of came together.
Well, and you had mentioned it. We talked briefly about sort of the spoken word moments in The Last Cowboy, but you just alluded to it. I take it that song, The Last Cowboy, then is about your former sweetie?
Well, at the time I was thinking of him and writing about him, but I'm somebody that is always kind of open to life and new beginnings and open to whatever it is the new day is going to bring me. And so I don't look at it as though Jonathan is absolutely the last cowboy. I look at it like I might not even know who the last cowboy is, because to me, the last cowboy is this serious dude who is going to, know about life and experiences, and he's strong, and he's been through it all, and, he's going to come into my world and just, nothing else is going to matter. Like, he will be the one. And I'm open to the fact that very well might not be my ex-boyfriend who I thought, who I was very much in love with, and who I'll always have love with. But, sometimes you think one thing and something else presents itself. So you never know. Like, it could wind up being my ex-boyfriend, and it might wind up we get back together someday, and it's this epic, one-of-a-kind love, because I believe in, like, one-of-a-kind, exceptional things in every way. Like, I'm somebody who came from nothing and, like, lived in, like, the projects and trailer parks, and was like, I want to be a rock star. Statistically, every odd in the world is against me. You know, I mean, all the odds, and people think I'm insane to go do what I do. But I always reach for the big thing, and I believe in exceptional things and stuff. So again, I'm open to, like, I might not know very well who that last cowboy is, but that last cowboy will be my, you know, my mate.
Right. And we talked about this the last time we spoke. It is hard because, I mean, you're out there touring all over the place within this moment. He was out touring all over the place with Devil Driver. It's hard to even find time together to work on your relationship. So it really is hard when you're in this industry to make those things last, no matter how strong and wonderful they are sometimes. So
yeah, it is hard. And, I mean, you would be surprised, too, as well. I mean, men, they just don't hit on me. I very rarely get hit on. It's like people maybe think that I do a lot, but even when I'm on tour with all these mayhem bands, like, they don't hit on me. And fans don't hit on me. I don't know if it's the screaming or the tattoos or what, but, you know.
You intimidate people. You know, you're talented, you're beautiful, and, of course, you're, you know, a rock star of sorts and everything. So, you know, it puts everybody, you know, and isn't that always the way? It's like, you know, the beautiful woman that nobody approaches because they're afraid the whole world approaches you. So.
Yeah, really, nobody hits on me, the truth.
Well, before we get out of here, because I know we get to talk a little bit more on Wednesday, and I know you're out there, and we need to save your voice and everything. Do you have any final words for the listeners of Mojo and Metalholic right now before we cut out of here?
No, just to people who already know who we are and who love and support our band and buy the CDs, thank you very much. I hope everyone loves the new album. You know, I think it's our defining album and our best album. And to people who don't know about us, to check us out and see if you like it.
Absolutely. So we're going to roll out of here from A Star Crossed-Wasteland. This is The Promise. Beautiful song. Great album. Go check out the review on metalholic.com. And we want to thank Maria Brink for taking the time to talk with us today on Mojo Radio.
Yay. Thank you very much.